welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kyla, and this is one of my absolute favorite videos to film, and they're some of my favorite videos to watch. Like, I am watching these all the time because I am on the lookout all of the time, and it is my most anticipated books list. So I do these videos quarterly. I like to break it up that way. It's just more digestible for me and my brain instead of us spending a ton of time talking about the entire year, which is just too much in one go. I break it down into the quarters. So today we're going to talk about all of my most anticipated books for quarter 2 of this year, April, May, and June. If you haven't watched one of these videos from me before, I do not give the entire synopsis of these. That's on you. That is on you. I just give some buzzwords, some maybe like read the first line from Goodreads and let you know why I'm excited about them, what intrigued me about them, and I also do not over literally every single book. These are just the ones that I'm personally super stoked for. We would be here literally for light years if I tried to go over every single book. It's just impossible. So these are the ones that have really caught my attention, the cream of the crop. And as a last caveat, I do go in order April, May, June, but like I am not at the liberty of publishers, authors, etc. changing these dates. So take this with a grain of salt. These could always change. I could have something wrong. These are also the US dates. You will have to look and see if they are different for your country. Okay, that's it. Let's just go ahead and get started with April. So I have my lappy here, and we're just gonna get into it. First one is the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. This is set to publish on April 2nd. Holly Jackson is the author of one of my favorite series of all time, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Freaking love her. And while we shall not talk about FAVES Survive, we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. I am really excited for this one. This is about a girl who is trying to find the truth about her mother while she's filming a documentary about other unsolved cases. I love mixed media, and that is one of the things that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder did so incredibly well, was the mixed media of the podcast. So I know that this is going to be done. Oh my god, it's gonna be chef's kiss. It's gonna be perfect. I cannot wait. I also just love the tagline on this. It says, "Lights, cameras, lies." Here for it, cannot wait. I will absolutely be listening to the audiobook on this. If I have learned anything about Holly Jackson, listen to the audiobook, okay? The next one is Lightfall, The Dark Times by Tim Probert. This is volume 3 in the Lightfall series. It's a graphic novel series that is so cute. Has found family. The illustrations are perfection, and I just adore all of these characters. It's very whimsical, it's very heartfelt, it talks a lot about mental health. It's a very like coming of age kind of graphic novel, but like done in the cutest, absolute most adorable way. This is set to publish on April 2nd as well. I don't really feel like I need to give more of an explanation than that. If you haven't checked out the series yet, please do. The band of characters in this is just it's so fun. It is so fun. I'm in love with them. And then we have a book that is giving me Maureen Kilmer vibes, like Suburban Hell. As soon as I saw this, was like, I need to read this. It is Bless Your Heart by Lindy Ryan. I believe this is a debut, and the cover just gives those vibes. This is a paranormal horror. It's got to do with vampires. I mean, obviously, by the cover. This one is definitely giving like those fun, kind of light-hearted vibes of Suburban Hell, or like Grady Hendrix kind of vibes, where we are going to be following a group of women, I believe, and the tagline on here just says it all. It says, "Rise and shine, the Evans women have some undead to kill." And this follows a woman who, I believe her family like owns a funeral parlor or something, and one day the town gossip like comes in, obviously dead, but she rises and shenanigans ensue from there. And it just sounds so fun. It sounds like a popcorn horror, and like I've learned that that is definitely my kind of horror. I like when it's lighthearted, when it's fun, when it's just a good time, instead of being like super grotesque and really disturbing. I mean, I like strange and weird horror too, but also this is my vibe. This is absolutely my vibe. This one is set to publish on April 9th, and it just like, this is giving me like the perfect summer horror, just something lighthearted, fun, popcorn thriller. I read Suburban Hell last summer, and it was like the perfect time of year to read it. I don't know, it was a perfect horror beach read. I don't know how that works, but it worked, and I absolutely loved the experience, so maybe I'll take this one on vacation with me this year. Then we have a book that like was pure cover for me when I saw it, but the more I read about it, the more I'm like, oh, that sounds like it could be up my street. Maybe. I feel like this book is going to be kind of hit or miss for me, but I'm still interested in checking it out. And it's You Know What You Did by K.T. Nugent, I believe is how you say the last name. Description says it's for fans of Lisa Jewell and Celeste Ng, which like, I like them for thrillers. They're not like my go-to, but I do love a suspense and I do love a drama. But this one seems like it's going to go a lot deeper than that. Well, I mean, Celeste Ng always has a really good underlying theme, cultural theme going on, and I really enjoy that. So I have a feeling I'm really gonna like this one too. And it just says, a first-generation Vietnamese American artist must confront nightmares past and present. I'm not going to read more than that. I feel like I don't really need to go into too much detail. But one of the other things that did catch my eye about this is that our main character does have OCD, which I am really intrigued to see how that is played out, how it's done, because I have seen it done really well in books and I have seen it covered really poorly in books as well. So I'm like, fingers crossed that representation is like on point in this book, but I'm excited to see that representation. If you didn't know, I have like mild OCD, diagnosed, but like mild OCD, but like I do love reading the representation and also just like feeling understood in books, so I really appreciate that. So I'm hoping that this delivers on that front. And then we have a book that I am so excited about. I loved this author's first book. It is One of You by Erin E. Adams. She is the author of Jackal, which I feel like I am one of the few who really enjoyed that book. I love the twist that it took at the end. I was not expecting it to go that way, but oh my gosh, I'm so happy it did. I feel like it really went deep, and like a lot of people might not have picked up on that, but I really appreciate the representation in that book. I thought it was so well done. I'm really excited for this one, and this one just says, a mysterious outsider torments two Haitian American sisters, forcing them to confront dark secrets from their family's past in this powerful psychological suspense novel. And that just is all I need to know right there. It's giving kind of the same vibes. I love that she is continuing to write about these Haitian characters, and I really hope that she brings the culture in this one like she did with Jackal, because I just feel like that was so well done. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. I mean, obviously, am I gonna say that? How many times should we play a drinking game? And by drinking game, I mean like take a sip of coffee every single time I say I'm excited or I'm looking forward to it. Oh my god, anyways, this one is set to publish on April 23rd. All right, let's move on to May. Also, if I sound super stuffy, I apologize. I have just sneezed like 7 times in a row. I don't know what it is about this room, or it could just be my spring allergies right now. I feel like I'm sneezing a lot. So if I sound a little stuffy, that's why. Anyways, the first one that I have is Lore Olympus Volume 6. I am obsessed with this graphic novel series. I think it's so incredibly well done. I love the illustration style in this one. If you didn't know, this is a graphic novel series. It's technically YA, but it does get like a little graphic, and there are trigger warnings at the beginning of each of these, so definitely look them up. But this is a YA Greek mythology graphic novel series. series, it is Persephone and Hades like reimagined basically in like the modern day world. So there is cell phones, there's internet, that kind of thing. And the banter in these is so good between all of the gods and everything. Like you have what has happened in Greek mythology, but done in such a modern way. And like the banter between them is also very modern and it's hysterical. It's also just like a good way. If you don't understand Greek mythology or like you're not good at remembering what happened with who and who, this is the perfect way to really educate yourself about that because it's done in such a fun way. Now I'm like, oh yeah, that character like acts that way and did this thing, and they explain it about like what happened, but in modern day terms, and like it's sticking with me. I just love it for that. But otherwise, it's just so fun. It is dark at times for sure. Like I said, it does have trigger warnings. It does cover things like SA and mental health and, you know, things that teenagers go through, like eating disorders and things like that. So it does cover those topics, but it's also just so incredibly well done. And I'm really looking forward to volume 6 and just seeing how the story continues. So this one is set to publish on May 7th. And we have Blood at the Root by Ladarian Williams. I recently learned about this one and I am so excited because in the blurb on Goodreads, it says it's compared to Legendborn, which I feel like I've talked about so much recently, but it is one of my favorite YA fantasy series. It's so incredibly well done. It's a King Arthur retelling, and oh my god, I'm not even like a huge King Arthur fan of like that time period, but this was incredibly well done. And if this gives Legendborn vibes, I mean, the cover of it is definitely giving that. So if the story gives that, I'm gonna absolutely devour this one. And this one is about a teenager who is on the run from his past and he discovers a family that he never knew about. And it's also giving Legendborn in the fact that his mother, I believe like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that, whatever, a number of years ago, his mother disappeared and he learned that he had powers, which is very similar to Bree in Legendborn. So this is just giving all of the vibes and it's just, I'm so looking forward to it. This is also a debut, which just makes me really excited. It's also an author of color, which again makes me really excited. This one is set to publish on May 7th, and you give me Legendborn vibes. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. And I cannot stop looking at this cover. Are you seeing this cover? It's perfection. And this next one, I feel like I only need to give you like a few buzzwords about to like really convince you to read it. Because when you see this cover, you're gonna be like, yeah, absolutely. And it's The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. This one is a queer romantasy that has witches. Need I say more combined with this cover that is giving the utmost spring vibes? I don't think I need to. If that doesn't convince you to read this book, I don't know what will. Queer romantasy, witches, done. Absolutely done. But okay, I'll give you just a little bit more. The Honey Witch of Innisfree can never find true love. That is her curse to bear. But when a young woman who doesn't believe in magic arrives on her island, sparks fly in this deliciously sweet debut novel. It's a debut, we love it, of magic, hope, and love overcoming all. I mean, yes, absolutely. This one is set to publish on May 14th. It is an automatic pickup for me. Honestly, May is coming through with the most stunning book covers I have ever seen in my life, and this next one is literally no exception. It is The Lamplighter by Crystal J. Bell. This cover, are you kidding me? It is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I am so excited about this one. Duh. Kyla, take a drink. Rude. Okay. This one is a YA horror fantasy. It is gothic. This one is about a whaling village, and when the nightly fog kind of rolls in, people are known to disappear. So I have no doubt this is going to be incredible atmosphere as well. And the lamplighters are known as like the protectors of this village, and this book follows one of our lamplighters after two girls go missing and she tries to figure out like what happened to them. I believe that's like a rough synopsis, but it has all of the vibes, okay? I have a feeling I might save this one for fall because it's just giving me that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait, but I just absolutely, I saw this cover and I was like, jaw hit the floor, gorgeous. And then you give me all those buzzwords with like YA horror, which I love, fantasy, gothic, and the atmosphere. I don't need to know anything else. This one is like going on the list immediately. This is set to publish on May 21st. Will I be able to wait? I don't know. I don't know. And then my last one for May is the next book in a series. It is the next book in the Pies Before Guys series by Misha Pop, and this one is called The Last Pie. I don't know if this is like the last one or what have you because I haven't read the second one yet. I literally have it checked out from the library and I cannot wait to read it. This is I would say a cozy murder mystery series about a girl who can murder people with her pies. I don't need to say anything else. If that doesn't make you want to show up for it, I don't know what will. This one has the most delicious baking and food references. I love that in a cozy mystery series. This one obviously airs a little bit more on like the murder side of things, but I just love it. And like these covers, I just love that she has like skulls and crossbones on her apron. Like it just gives that like little like I'm a badass, and honestly she is. It also has a little bit of romance in it and it's really cute. I'm here for it. And a little bit of like found family with our cast of characters that we have as well. And she has the most adorable pit bull. Do I need to keep going? I mean, really. I love this series so much. As soon as I read the first one, I fell in love with it, and I just knew it was going to be one that I was going to continue. This one is set to publish on May 21st as well, and I gotta read the second one this month for sure so that I'm ready when this one comes out. Alright, moving on to June. June has some of my most anticipated books of the year. Okay, so this is gonna be a very exciting month for me. The first one is The Murder After the Night Before by Katie Brent. This just seems like it's giving like Finley Donovan vibes of like the messy murder mystery, and I just love it. This cover is giving with like the towel and the sunglasses and this pink. I'm absolutely obsessed. I feel like this is just everything I need in a mystery book cover right here. And I'm just gonna read this little synopsis on Goodreads actually. I know I said I wasn't gonna do that, but like it's just so good and totally sets the tone for this book. So it says, something bad happened last night. My best friend Posey is dead. The police think it was a tragic accident. I know she was murdered. I've woken up with the hangover from hell, a stranger in my bed, and I've gone viral for the worst reasons. The only thing stopping me from dying of shame, I need to find a killer. But after last night, I can't remember a thing. I mean, it just seems like it's gonna be a fun, kind of sarcastic time. This one is set to publish June 11th, and I can't wait. I think it's gonna be absolutely hilarious. This next one is like a tentative excitement for me. And I say that because this month in March, I am diving into my journey of Allie Hazelwood. I don't know why, but for some reason, her covers are just drawing me in. If you didn't know, I'm not really like a huge romance, like a standalone romance reader. I don't mind if it's like intertwined with other things, but I like when there's something else going on. But there was just something about her covers that was really drawing me in, so I'm embarking on that journey. However, she does have a new one coming out in June, so I figured I would tack it onto this list. Do I know if it's going to be my thing or not? Do I know if she's the romance author for me? No. but I still put it on here. It is set to publish June 11th. It is not in love. This is a forbidden secret affair proves that all's fair in love and science, which I know she has like a theme on. I don't know if this covers similar characters to other ones. I am not well versed yet. I am starting from the beginning and working my way forward. So maybe by the time this comes out, I will be in the know. But right now I'm not in the know. I just know that it's coming out in June and I put it on this list. Also, I have to say, I think this is my least favorite cover of hers so far. So it's not a good sign, but we're still gonna check it out. This next one, I am so excited to have a new book from this author. It is The Nature of Disappearing by Kimmy Cunningham. Oh my god, why can't I say this? By Kimmy Cunningham Grant. She is the same author of The Silent Woods, which was one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book of 2022, I believe. I loved that book so much. It made me tear up. It's a very like isolation suspense story, and it was just, oh my god, I loved it. I loved the writing. I love the way she makes you connect with these characters like so instantly. For it being a very short book, it packs a punch and I really enjoyed it. So I'm super stoked to have another one from her. This one just says, in the captivating novel of suspense. So we have another like suspense novel. I don't know if it's isolation. Let's find out. A wilderness guide must team up with the man who ruined her life years ago when the friend who introduced them goes missing. And this is giving very like they're going to get lost in the woods while trying to find this, or they're going to be very isolated in the woods while they try to find their missing friend. I don't know if there's going to be like a romance element to it or what have you. I do not know. I just know that I'm really excited to have another book from her. This is set to publish on June 18th, and if it's anything like These Silent Woods, I just know I'm absolutely going to love this book. All right, and then I can't not mention this book. I have to, even though I know it's going to be on everyone's list, everyone's most anticipated, Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I will continue to read from Riley Sager, whether I enjoy his books or not. I just will. I am a devotee, okay? Also, Middle of the Night, like, I see you, Riley. I know you're a Swiftie, and I know that you were like, have to do a Taylor Swift lyric, obviously. Okay. This is set to publish June 18th, and this is his first novel where we have a male protagonist. We have been dying for this to happen because some of Riley's female protagonists are a little bit questionable, okay? He writes them a little bit questionable. And while I get super frustrated about it, I'm like, can you write from a male point of view? Like, will I enjoy that, or will I want the messy and the drama of the female characters that you want? So this is definitely going to be very telling of a book from him, and I am just so curious. So I have to read it. I mean, I'm gonna read it anyways. It was always going to be on this list, but like, I have to even more now because I need to know, am I just wishing for something I never like should be, you know? I just don't know. It's about a man when he was 10 years old. He was camping out with his BFF in a tent in the yard, which like as a 90s kid, or like as someone who was born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s, like this was very much a thing that we did. We camped out in the yard a lot. We also like camped out in the living room. I don't know if anybody else did that, but like I would pitch a tent in our living room and like do an indoor camp out if it was like freezing outside. It was incredible. I had this incredible green and orange Fisher-Price tent. I still think about it. Anyways, they're playing camp out, his friend goes missing, and 30 years later, he is now coming back to this town and has to like deal with the secrets of past, etc. The excitement level is up here. The expectations are here. And I I don't know what else to say. Also, this lime green, very popular nowadays. Very popular. Let's just move on because I don't have any other words. Also, another highly anticipated with this freaking lime green font, which I actually don't think it works on this cover at all, and it's The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. I don't like the green font on this. You have like the lanterns going on, which like I like, but then you slap this lime green font on it, and I don't like the font. Like, I know this is very Lucy Foley font, but I don't like this font on this cover. It's not meshing. I don't know. It's something throwing me off. Anyways, that's just my personal opinion. This is set to publish on June 6th. This one is very much giving murder mystery, Agatha Christie vibes, where we have this manor and we have this cast of characters staying there for the night, and not everyone is going to survive. It's your typical kind of murder mystery, so I hope she takes it in a fun new direction. I was not a fan of The Paris Apartment. It did not work for me, but I have liked her other books, so I'm looking forward to it, but like I'm also a little weary because I'm gonna need something more than that. You know, I just need, at this point, when you are a mystery reader and you've read a lot of the same kind of books, like I need more, whether it's the writing, whether it's the twists, whatever. So I'm hoping that this takes a fun direction at the end, but regardless, I'm gonna read it anyways. And then we have another romance, which again, you won't see a ton on these lists, so if that's what you're here for, I'm so sorry, but this is an author that I will absolutely always check out their romance books, and it's a novel love story by Ashley Poston. I have read both of hers, The Dead Romantics and The 7-Year Slip. Oh my god, I almost forgot the name of it. And I have enjoyed both of them immensely. I love that she has such depth to her characters, where the romance is almost like a side plot to everything else going on in their life, and I really appreciate that. She also just writes really relatable protagonists and covers such deeper topics, like The Dead Romantics, covers grief. Actually, The 7-Year Slip too. Both of them cover grief in a way that's like unlike I've ever seen before, especially in a romance, but just across the board. It's just touched on with such care and empathy, and you can tell that like Ashley Poston's been through it, which also just brings something else to the table on that as well. So I'm so over the moon that she is coming out with another one. I also just love this cover as well. It screams summer and spring, and I just absolutely love it. This one is set to publish on June 25th, and this one sounds so fun, and like it was written, I mean obviously by the title, a novel love story, but like it was written for book lovers. It was written for book lovers, and I cannot wait to read it from like Ashley Poston's writing. Anyways, this one follows our main character, what's her name? Eileen. That's my mom's name, and you never see that in books. That's exciting. She is obsessed with happily ever afters. She's obsessed with fairy tales, and I believe she has gone through like a tragic breakup. I don't know if it was recently, in the past, whatever, but she finds solace in her books. You know, she loves to be at home, she loves to curl up with her books, and she is on her way to her annual book club retreat. Are you kidding me? Book club retreat, when her car breaks down and she has to seek refuge in this small town that is straight out of a novel. And I'm sure we can guess what happens from there, and I just am so excited about it. I'm also excited to see if this takes on a little bit of a fantastical element like her other books have, which is something that I've really appreciated in her other books because I feel like it sets her apart from other romance authors. So fingers crossed she does that again, because I need that in her books. That's what like keeps me interested as a non-romance reader. I say already this is set to publish on June 25th. I cannot wait. Oh my god. I am going to be picking this up immediately. Cannot wait to add it to the collection, and I will be reading this probably like as soon as it comes out. It's just Ashley Poston just knows how to do romance. And if you have any other authors that are like Ashley Poston, where like the romance is a little bit of like a side plot, I know a lot of people say Abby Jimenez is like that as well. I haven't checked her out yet. okay, all right, pick your jaw up off the floor. It's fine. If you have any other authors like her, please let me know in the comments, because I definitely would be interested in checking out more romance if it was like Ashley Poston. And then the last book on my list is Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Barron. This is the same author as This Poison Heart, You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, which I know, two vastly different books. She writes horror and she does fantasy. I also know that she is known to do like fairy tale retellings, and this is definitely one of them. This is a Snow White retelling. I don't know anything about it other than that. This cover, I'm obsessed with it. Her covers are always so eye-catching, and this one looks so powerful. It just looks like you're looking into my soul there, and like I need to know what we're doing here and how we're retelling this story. I haven't read one of her fairy tale retellings before, so I don't know if it's going to be my thing or not. But again, this cover just sucked me in, and I love the story of Snow White. I'm interested to check this one out. This one is set to publish. Oh, well, now it's set to be published July 2nd. Well, there you go. You got a bonus July book. See, I'm just at the mercy of these dates always changing. You just never know. Then the other thing down below says June 25th. So somewhere around there it is set to publish, and I'm excited to check it out. Like I said, have not read a fairy tale retelling from her before. This will probably be my first. If I enjoy it, then I will check out some of her other ones. I've also heard that this is queer as well, which like we love that spin on fairy tale retellings. Like if you're gonna retell a fairy tale, make it modern day, make it queer. We need to see it. We need to see it. So I am excited that it has that element to it as well. And that is all of the books that I am most anticipating in Q2 of this year. So if there's any that I missed, please let me know in the comments. I know I only covered like a small amount, and there are so many books publishing all of the time. So if there's one that you're like, oh no, you should definitely check this one out, let me know what it is in the comments. But also let me know out of this list which ones you are most excited for as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you are not already. Turn on the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future is bright.